Hey friends, I hope you're doing amazing. Today we're talking about a topic a little less cheerful than usual, but it's something we need to be talking about more as business owners. We're talking about what to do when we're handed a curveball in our personal life. How does that impact our business? So in an ideal world, we want to have everything built out and we would have systems and strategies and an amazing team to step in behind us. But I don't want to talk about that today. We're going to save that topic for a different day where we can show you how to prepare for the curveballs. But today, the example I want to use is if you have nothing in place, you're running a business, you're probably a solopreneur, and things that happen on a day-to-day basis are completely dependent on you. That's really scary, right? And a lot of us are in those shoes. But what happens when you're thrown a personal curveball and you need to step away from your business for a few days? So maybe you are a photographer and all of a sudden you had an unfortunate death in the family, or you were in an accident, or you became very sick, or something happened with an immediate family member. Regardless of what the situation is, you can't work right now. You need to step away from a few days and handle the personal things. So what do you do with your business? Again, like I said before, it would be in a perfect world, you would already have systems and strategies and workflows in place. You'd be able to hand this off to your perfect team and everything would get taken care of. But for today's example, let's imagine that you're a solopreneur. You have maybe not the best documented systems and strategies in place. Maybe you're just doing it by yourself, winging it every day, and you don't have any team members to step in and help you out. What do you do? The first thing I want you to do when life throws you one of those curveballs is identify what survival mode means for your business. What I mean by this is, what is the absolute bare minimum that needs to happen today and every day in order for your business to keep going? So, and it doesn't mean that it has to happen, but it has to be addressed. So that could be one-on-one clients, that could be workshops or things that you're teaching in person. What has to happen or has to be addressed right now, or else bad things are gonna happen. So basically, what is dependent on you? That does not mean blog posts. That does not mean posting on Instagram. That does not mean filming a video. I'm talking about the things that people are waiting on from you, that people are expecting you to show up for or expecting you to turn over. So maybe you're a graphic designer and you have things that were supposed to be turned over by a certain date. That's something that has to be addressed. So the first thing we have to do when life throws us a curveball is identify what our survival mode looks like. What is the bare minimum that needs to happen in our business to keep things afloat? Not necessarily moving forward, just afloat. The second thing that we need to do is, once we've identified what those tasks are, those necessities, is delegate as much as we can. Hand it off. And trust me, you can thank me later. Unfortunately, sometimes this might be handing off a client to a peer, to somebody else, to giving up a client and giving up work because we need to take care of personal matters. The last thing I want is for you to be at the hospital, bedside with a sick relative, and you are freaking out trying to finish a project. This is why it's so important for us to really have that attitude of collaboration over competition, to work alongside peers who do the same work as us, so that when we're in a bind, when life has happened and we can't complete a task, is there someone else that we can refer or hand off a project? Somebody who would have our back and step in and finish that for us. Those are the people you need to have in your corner. And again, we'll talk about building those resources on another day. Today, we're talking about that panic mode that sets in. So first, obviously, we need to identify what survival mode is in our business. What do we need to be doing just to keep us afloat, not to move us forward? 2, of those tasks, how much can we delegate? What can we get off our plate? And then 3, you just got to forget about the rest. I'm sorry, you're not going to like this one, but the world will not stop. Your business will not crumble if you don't make that post on Instagram, if you don't publish that blog post, if you don't send that email or film that video. Those are other activities that are going to help us move forward, but it's not a basic necessity when things are falling apart. when you have serious curveballs getting thrown at you, when you have family members who need you or your own health to take care of, it's time to put those activities on the back burner and just focus on survival mode. All those other things can seem really, really important right now, and we know those are the activities that are moving us forward. But when you can't sustain moving your business forward anymore because you're dealing with an emergency right now, you don't really want to be doing those activities, right? So let's recap again. When life throws us a curveball, because unfortunately it will, we don't have the luxury of calling in sick and using a sick day. As a solopreneur, you just gotta kind of step up to the plate and deal with it. So the first thing we're gonna do is identify what survival mode is for our business. Kick that into high gear and say, right now, I'm only doing the things that will keep us afloat. Anything else has to wait. 2, delegate as much of those tasks as you can, whether it's team members, accountability partners, friends, colleagues. Call in all the troops on this one and try to get as much off of your plate as you can. These emergency moments need you, and your business can wait. 3, forget the rest. Any marketing activities like blog posts or emails or social media posts or videos, that stuff can wait, and it's for a few reasons. 1, if those activities are meant to grow your business, right now you don't need to be doing any growing. You just need to be taking care of the emergency. 2, it's not going to be your best work. So if you're trying to half-ass a post or film a video through the tears, that's not going to be serving your clients. So that can wait. And the last thing, number 4, once you've dealt with this emergency, when you've given yourself the space to be there, to be present, to whether it's for a relative, a friend, a family member, or yourself, once you come back to your business, give yourself some grace. You don't have to share everything. Be selective with how you reintroduce yourself from your little hiatus. So depending on what that emergency is, everybody doesn't need to know about it. They don't need to know all the details. If you were in a corporate job and you had a horrible situation happen in your personal life, you probably wouldn't come back to the table or come into a conference room and share with them all the gory, nitty-gritty details while you're sobbing. You would probably just tell them that there was a family emergency, and that would be enough. Why can't that be enough in your business right now? You don't have to explain yourself to everyone and everything. So give yourself the grace, be easy on yourself, and be selective with how much you share when you do return to your business. So I'm going to tell you one more time, in case you're just joining us, when life throws you a curveball, because unfortunately it's going to happen, and you're a small business owner and you can't call in sick, I want you to first identify survival mode in your business. What are the few things you need to be doing to keep things afloat? Things that you need to address right now. Maybe one-on-one clients, appointments, these speaking engagements. Those need to be taken care of. They don't necessarily need to happen, but they need to be rescheduled or addressed. 2, delegate as many of those tasks as you can. Maybe somebody else can pick up that client work for you. Maybe somebody can clear your schedule for you. How can your friends, your accountability partners, team members, whoever, how can they help you? 3, forget the rest. Everything else can wait. Marketing activities, blog posts, emails, filming videos. It's not going to be your best work when you're struggling through the tears. It's not going to serve anybody. And moving your business forward is the last thing you need right now. You just need to sustain where you're at. And then 4, when you return from giving yourself space and taking care of yourself and your family, be selective with how much you share. This is not, I know it may seem like we're in a world where we have to tell everything because social media makes us a little too close for comfort, but protect yourself. There's nothing wrong with just stating that there was a family or personal emergency. You wouldn't walk into a boardroom meeting streaming through the tears, sharing all of the dirty laundry and messy, ugly behind the scenes details. A personal emergency is enough. Take care of yourself, protect yourself, and don't feel like you have to leave yourself exposed for your audience or explain everything that's going on. So those are my biggest tips. The reason I wanted to share these with you is because it's been coming up in conversation a lot with my business friends. Unfortunately, I know a lot of people who've been thrown some serious curveballs this last year, and I have to keep giving them some tough love to take a break and take care of themselves and put their family first. Your business will be there tomorrow. And to be honest, nobody's going to notice if you don't post on Instagram. Like, I promise. Don't go look at mine or anything, but nobody's going to notice if you don't post on Instagram because you're dealing with a family emergency. Now, coming up, I will be giving you a little bit more information on how to prepare for these events. Some of my friends who've been going through these things over the last year have come up with some incredible tools and resources on how to prep our business for these curveballs. But today, I just wanted to talk to you as if you have nothing in place. No systems, no workflow, no team, none of those things that we ideally would like to have when life happens. So if you're in that worst case scenario, you can give yourself a little bit grace and just go through these 4 steps. But until next time, I hope you are not dealing with any curveballs today, that things are going wonderful, and I will catch you next time for another little tip from behind the scenes over here.